States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Teresa. Please take the roll.
Okay, Mayor Jones.
Here.
Keel.
Here.
Bowen.
Here.
Horacek.
Yes.
Mattson.
Yes.
Schilling.
Here.
And Horn is running late. He said.
Yes. Yeah, he said he'd be here.
Okay.
All right, do we have any additions or an approval of the agenda for tonight's meeting?
Make a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting.
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Schilling.
Yes.
Horacek.
Yes.
Keel.
Yes.
Bowen.
Yes.
Mattson.
Yes.
All right, how about the minutes from the regular meeting on 7/15 of 2025?
I make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from 7:25, you said?
7/15/25, yep.
7:15/25.
And a second, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mattson.
Yes.
Bowen.
Yes.
Keel.
Yes.
Horacek.
Yes.
Schilling.
Yes.
All right, and then how about an approval of the minutes from the special city council meeting held on 7/29?
Motion to approve the minutes from the special council meeting held on 7/29.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Schilling.
Yes.
Horacek.
Yes.
Keel.
Yes.
Bowen.
Yes.
Mattson.
Yes.
And then finally, special joint meeting of the city council and P&Z on 7/29 when we discussed TIFs. We got a motion to approve that one.
Motion to approve,
Uh,
okay, motion to approve the special joint meeting on July 29th.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mattson.
Yes.
Bowen.
Yes.
Keel.
Yes.
Horacek.
Yes.
Schilling.
Yes.
All right, any bells, Karen?
No bills.
All right, anybody here for topics that are not on the agenda? Going twice, going three times. All right, we're going to move to visitors. Karen Burgess, you're up. Is it Burgess or
Burgers.
Burgers?
Burgers. Yep.
Sorry. I should have read. That's what it says. Thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah, thank you. My name is Karen Burgers. I am the troop leader for Girl Scout Troop 40721. We are a group of 7th graders. This past year, we've been working on an outdoor journey. These girls are trying to get a journey done in order for them to start their Silver Award project, which is the highest award that they can get as a cadet. And cadet is 6th grade through 8th grade. Our journey has been, the girls chose to do an outdoor journey, and this past year we've been doing primitive camping, we've been learning about outdoors, we've been learning about the stars and stuff. And to finish this journey, we need to do a Take Action project, which is doing something within the community that would improve the community, and preferably, since we did an outdoor journey, to do something that's outdoors. We've been trying to come up with a project to do something with the park, or something outdoors, the trail or something. The last council minutes, I had seen that you guys were maybe wanting to have your park sign repainted.
You mentioned that, the Lion Park sign. Yep.
Yes, it's like 5 or 6
Boards.
boards. I went
Yep.
and looked at them, and I talked to my girls. Unfortunately, they all had other things to do this today, between classes and stuff. So the girls would like to take on this project as their Take Action project. It looks like, I'm not sure what all you want done, if it's just having the boards taken off, redone, repainted, having the letterings, outlined like it is. The girls would like to do that, and the troop has plenty of funds in it to do this as their Take Action project. Something that we would like to get done here in fall, early winter. The sooner we get this done, the sooner the girls can start on their Silver Award
Okay.
process. I guess I'm here asking, one, we can, and two, what do you want done? If there's
That's a great question.
colors, paint, stain, or just permission to talk to Craig or
Yep.
Teresa about it.
I guess I would say maybe the first step is we should have you come and talk to the Park and Rec Board, right? Would that be a fair start, or should we just have her talk with you, Craig?
It's more of a maintenance thing, so.
Okay.
It needs to be on cardboard.
keep the park board away from it for right now?
It's just another meeting that she has to go to, so.
Well, I like to have people get chances to go to meetings. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. We can, you know, it probably hasn't been fixed or repainted for a long time.
There's a lot of green moss and stuff.
Yeah.
I went up and looked at it, but Google is great, you know, to clean it off and sand it down.
Yeah.
The lettering should be pretty easy to outline again. And
I was gonna say, do we need to replace any parts of it? Is it that bad, or is it just cleaning it up?
I haven't looked at that close.
I wouldn't think so. I think just a good cleaning, staining, sanding,
Repaint.
painting,
Yep.
probably put a protective coat over it after it's all done.
So,
It would
Council
be
got
kind
any
of nice
feeling?
if they
I
could
think it's a
incorporate the
great-
logo, kind of maybe.
well, I was thinking we'd make it a 40 by 50 sign and, you know, no, I'm just kidding about that.
Looking
Now
for
we get too
sponsors.
detailed.
Yeah, we're looking for
We're
sponsors.
not-
Girl Scouts could
we're
sponsor.
seventh graders. so-
I think
Yeah, I
it'd be a great project for the
Yep.
gals to work on. Hey, if we get 2 more years out of the sign,
Yeah.
great. I think it's great. I think talk to Craig, coordinate with maintenance, and let her buck.
Yeah.
That's
Is
my-
there any paperwork you guys need from, I know when we've done these with the Boy Scouts, they always have,
Not
Some-
not with this project.
okay. I know in the past, we've had to sign off on when you're working on city projects or city property or something.
So
So
I have to admit, I don't even know what the sign looks like.
I ride by it every day and I don't think I ever look.
Was it, I think it's like.
Wow,
five
it's
or-
pretty rusty.
Five
It's
or
pretty
six
rusty.
little boards, 2 by
Extra
4s
help?
kind of that are-
It's very rusty.
I went by it. Maybe Craig could just do like a check of the boards and
Yep,
Posts.
we'll look at them and see
Yep.
if we need to replace something. Replace.
I think they're replacing the boards, though, that the sign is like
It's in
burnt into, the letters are burnt into.
Yep, okay.
So, you know, it's
Yeah.
gonna be replacing and doing, that's, we're just looking at to help repaint it. So
Okay.
it's nice.
Sure, absolutely.
Yep.
Maybe a little pressure wash.
Right.
we can work with them.
That's-
Maybe we can have, even after it's finished, some type of notification or something where we can have a little event.
Oh, yeah,
For
we
the
typically,
girls
yeah.
to recognize,
Yeah,
Photo op.
Yeah.
they can put their names on it.
yeah, something.
one board will be pink, one will be, you know, I'm just envisioning
Looking
that.
for guidance of what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
would,
State or,
yeah, the guidance as far as they paint it or stain it, I would think if it were painted, it would definitely stand out.
Yeah.
Significant stain would cause it to blend in a bit. I guess when I brought it up a couple weeks ago, whenever that was, yeah, it was something that, it seemed, I was up there, and it just kind of blended in,
right.
right? And so my thought was if there's a way to make it stand out a little bit more, so maybe paint.
And one of my fellow leaders had mentioned that sign before, so.
Okay.
It was like meant to be or something.
Right.
I seen it in the council minutes and.
Well, good. Hey, somebody's reading the minutes. That's a double win. All right. Anything else we need to know, or can we just,
Just ever work with Craig?
Craig, just take a look, and if you need to talk to Craig,
Okay.
he's accessible. I find him once in a while.
We don't have to hold them.
You bet.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. That sounds great.
If you want to get a picture, at least when it's done with them, we could.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll,
Yeah,
Totally.
or even a before and after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before and after would be nice.
Yeah.
Sure.
before
Yep,
and
that'd be
after,
great.
I'd like to take it down so I can do it in the back of our office and stuff.
Sure. Yep. Well, then nobody will find the park though if we take it down. No, I'm just kidding. I think they'll still find it. Yeah. Okay.
Great idea.
Thank you very much, Karen. Next up, Leah Johnson, 2025 Jamboree Review. Leah forgot her glasses, so be nice to her.
It's gonna make you pull them. All right, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that came out. I know, Sean, we've seen you've been out there around a few times.
I believe
And then part of
that.
the car show as well, so
Yep.
thank you.
Yep, I put my golf cart in there. I haven't won yet, so.
It's always that one time. So we had a lot of fun. It was really hot, but we made it work. So for this year, just to kind of go through the different items here, for the Loomis Harford pageant, we had 14 girls who actually participated, which is the second most girls we've ever had. The next closest was 15, so We almost tied it, and then a girl had something come up with a family, and she had 12 last minute, so we almost tied it, but we didn't. Berkeley Klinkhammer was our winner, and she had a lot of fun over the weekend. Our movie night, we did movie Sing 2, so that was what was played. I think we had record attendance there too, just based off of, we don't obviously walk around and do a head count, but I would guesstimate roughly 100 people. We even had people bring blow-up mattresses and pillows, so they got comfortable for the movie. First year that we also had a popcorn machine and a cotton candy machine.
Cool.
So that went over very well. The kids couldn't get enough cotton candy, which is kind of funny on a Thursday night to, get them all sugared up. But so it was a lot of fun. Car show was really good weather Friday night. We had 126 registered and judged, with roughly about 20 to 25 that just showed up and didn't get judged. We had a couple of semis that showed up and they stayed for the weekend, so they just thought the event was that much fun. They just showed up Friday night and left on Sunday, so I guess it worked. For the burnout, we had 20 registered as well. We had the winner actually was a white man, and they came from
Iowa.
Iowa, right? Yeah.
Was it Inwood or somewhere in Iowa? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Whatever,
But yeah,
was it what?
they
A
came
white
from
van.
Iowa. It was a white van.
You did say white man.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was,
He
I
seen
double
it on
took
Facebook
that.
the morning of,
Oh.
and he packed up a whole bunch of buddies, and he said they'll be back. They had that much fun. He goes, oh, we're gonna get more. So we got extra lighting set up for that as well. So that way we're just every year we try to look at, what can we do better for safety and that, because we always want to make sure our people stay safe, our people working and stay safe. So we try to do improvements every year there too. For the entertainment, we have the Totally Rad band that typically performs, we have a band that performs during the car show. So they did really well. Our vendor numbers were up slightly than they were last year for both Friday and Saturday. And that is also despite the extreme heat. We had a couple of them that left a little early on Saturday, but it got to be well over 100, so we understood. And it kind of about 2 o'clock time frame, the park really died down, but everybody'd been there a good chunk of the day, and I can tell you at 2 o'clock, even our committee was trying to get a little bit of reprieve. So the 5K, we did have 23 people in the morning, even with the heat, due to walk run, which is also up significantly. I think last year we had like right around 8 or 9, but it rained last year Saturday morning, so that probably changed the numbers last year too. So I know that Mark O'Hare always gives me an update on that. He says they had really good participation this year. Parade, we had 46 entries. This stays typically pretty flat over the years. We always range between that 40 to 50 number. So 46 is about where we average. Nice crowd though throughout the parks and the streets and everything else. We had a couple of people comment about how many people we actually had on the streets there to observe the parade. For our entertainment, just to do a quick rundown that we did, we had the American Legion do their flag disposal like they've done in the past. Our West Central Choir was back again this year. They do like a camp or something like that, like for 2 weeks prior to the event, and then they perform. The band didn't do anything this year, but I believe Danny, I, and a dozen kids were in Europe. So he couldn't get the people that he needed to participate in the actual performance. But he said, depending on the next year, he plans on being part of it. Travis Nye was the magic guy. He did not perform this year. Weather, just setup differences, where he wanted to set up, where we needed him to set up, and it was literally 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was warm. And then we had a DJ come in though, and she set up for a DJ and karaoke, and that actually went over a lot better than I thought it was gonna, since it was in the middle afternoon and the big heat. We had kids up there having a blast, and some of them were pretty darn good. And then we also had some older people get up there and sing some oldies, so that tended to be pretty good. Mr. Twister and Color Bee face painting, busy all day. I mean, literally at 4 o'clock. I told them like at 3, they wanted to leave early, and they had kids lined up till 4, so they stayed till 4. So they always are a huge hit. Our inflatables were busy. We did do quite a few that had spray for water, so obviously those were the more attractive ones. I don't know if you guys have seen in Shelter 5 as a last minute due to the heat, we also set up some sprinkler hoses. And those tended to be a pretty big hit with kids going in there splashing in the water, so that was good. Baby crawl was early enough. We had a few that participated again. They're always really fun to watch. So we have some pictures of that. Dakota Kids Paddle Pole, he came. He had almost all the age groups were full. I think there was 2 age groups, and sometimes that's in the older age groups you get that they don't have a full participation. We at least had 1 person for every age group. I added here that we added that misting hose here in Shelter 5. We had our first annual pickleball tournament, and the tournament was full. Thank you to your wife. She said it was a pretty good success. So they had a first, second, and third, and they did start a little bit earlier, but because of the fact that the people already were signed up for it, it was easy to coordinate it with it, and she was trying to beat the heat, so, which said it was really good turnout, so. And I seen them over there early in the morning, I'm like, that looks like exercise. We did a dunk tank this year as well, and that was kind of a last minute thing too, just trying to get some water items out there. We did raise $180. We did put that and donate it back to the fire department, because a lot of the people that sat in it were firefighters, and also they used it to fill, we used the tanks to fill it. So just looking to get back again to the community. The dugout also had a cornhole tournament. I was told that it was also a success. I didn't make it down there, but he said that he had quite a few teams, and it turned out to be pretty good, and obviously it was indoors, so it was probably an attractance for that one. And we didn't get an update on the pool attendance though. Did you guys hear how the pool?
I was there that day, and there was more people there than what I expected because of the heat. So it wasn't overly populated, and it was a medium crowd.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Because I hadn't heard, and I'm like, and I didn't get over there, so. For a Saturday night concert, we did Foreplay. I don't know if any of you guys came out and seen them, but they are amazing. So we're trying to work with them to see what their next schedule is. They're booked out typically about 2 years. So they're not an easy band to get, but they're a reasonably priced band, and they're super easy to work with. And they're a lot of fun. So we had, I would guesstimate right around, what would you say, 400 people in the park? And they brought a lot of people with them. I mean, there was people that showed up there, and they're like, I've never been to Hartford, I didn't know you guys did this, I will be back. So a lot of people from out of town that enjoyed the event as well.
They do have some groupies, don't they?
They have some serious groupies.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yep. Just to give you a quick beer sales update, we did approximately $14.62 in tips. That was down just a little bit, but I think it was, we had a little bit younger crowd at the concert. Younger crowds don't tip as well, but that's all right. They still had fun. The beer sales was $79.39, which is about $900 above from last year. The cost, though, was up a little as well. It was like $28.64, but our revenue or profit of it was $5,074, and it's up from $45.03 last year. So our beer revenue was up. Like I said, I think a lot of people are drinking a lot of water as well, so it's good to see that that number was up. Community worship, unfortunately, due to the forecast of the heat, they did move it to the United Methodist Church. So they called that on Saturday, but they did call it early enough that everybody pretty much, they had one person kind of doing standby at the park, and about 10 minutes to, I'm like, we're going to be here. If we see somebody, we're going to send them down, go enjoy the worship. So it worked out okay that they coordinated it, and all the churches got still together. So Our sponsors, I just wanted to do a huge shout out to that. We had some amazing businesses step up for sponsorships, and we had sponsorships at all levels. We did 2 new levels this year. We did a platinum and a community. The platinum, we actually had 4 of our sponsors step up from gold. Most of them were gold previously, and they stepped up to the platinum. We had 13 golds, which is up from 9 last year. We had 17 silver, which is up a little from, or 19 silver, which is up from 17 last year. 5 bronzes, which is up from the 3, and then we had 1 community, which again is new. So we had over 40 sponsors this year. So that was really good. And then we had a couple say to us last minute when they were looking at the koozie, how do I get my name on this koozie? So even though the koozies do cost a little bit for us, it's an easy way for us to bring in sponsors, because I know there's 2 of them that want on it next year, so I have them wrote down. Just also wanted to shout out, we did do a slight park improvement for our community as well. We worked with Simmons Electric to improve our electric hookups that are actually in the park to make them more reliable. Wrap-up meeting, unfortunately you guys get to deal with me again next year because I'm the president again. Vice president is also going to stay as Rob Dobbs. Our treasurer will remain as Rachel Clausen, and our secretary has changed to Erin Clausen. Questions, comments?
Anybody got any questions?
Not bad for squinting through most of it.
I think with that, I think about the year before that with all the rain, and that still turned out, as good as it could with all the rain throughout the afternoon, and the heat this year.
Yeah, like I said, we did that last minute scramble to put the misting thing.
And that burnout thing, so I'm kind of new to that, but I was parked up there with my golf cart, and I was talking to people that had never been there before, and that is a big deal.
It is.
It's incredible to see. I don't know how many, is it 1,000 people there? It's gotta be. I don't
I'm
know.
sure we bring.
There has to be 1,000
Yeah.
people there.
Yeah, because there's people that literally will line up all the way
Yeah,
around.
and I don't know how the people right by the concrete pad stand there. I don't know if they're just like, they just smoke all day, then they get prepped. I don't know how you do it, because they're
If you ever want to see what Craig will look like as a pump rocker, I got a really good picture shortly
I
after the
believe
burnout,
that.
and it looks like he's got some serious.
I'm not a car guy, but the burnout thing is
I
pretty
like
cool.
going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's huge. There's a lot of people that come
Yeah.
out for that. Like I said, the people from Iowa, he literally said he'll be back next year, and he's seen it that morning. He gathered all his friends up, headed to Hartford, because I didn't know you guys did something like this. So it's a lot of fun when you hear people from out of town compliment our event, because we're just a small community.
Well, when you get closer and start having your meetings in the fall, be sure to let us know, and
I'll
I'll try
let you know.
this year to come.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We'll have a
That's,
representative.
I don't remember.
we'll have somebody
I
there.
don't remember how much money was generated from the pickleball tournament, but that all went to Christ Lutheran Church.
Yep,
So,
that's
yeah.
what Wendy had said.
So thank you for that.
Yep. It was good to have something like that, because I know it's huge, and that swing was hard. Like, I've tried a couple times at work, then they set up small ones, and we laugh whether we play, so.
We could probably have a Jamboree committee pickleball court if we could get the right sponsorship money.
Anything's possible.
There we go.
Anything's possible.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you. Guys, have a good night.
You bet. Now, we're going to turn it over to Tyler Tordsen. He is the president CEO of Sioux Metro Growth Alliance, and he's here to give us an update on some projects that involve Hartford, I guess I could say, maybe, kind of.
Hopefully.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Tyler Tordsen, Sioux Metro Growth Alliance, accompanied by my security detail, not the sugar deputy.
Yeah.
Do I see-
Yeah, if he's your security detail,
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's tough to follow Girl Scout and
Jamboree, yeah.
I'll do my best.
Do
Do your best.
Wanted to give you guys a kind of a good update to do a little bit of a history lesson, kind of going back to how we got to where we are today, where we're at today, kind of what the next couple months and years look like for the wastewater project, regionalization project. So by way of background, and I apologize, October will mark 2 years for me with Sioux Metro. So a lot of this was even before my time too. We're going back to about 2020, 2021. Sioux Metro Growth Alliance helped facilitate, alongside the city of Hartford, conversations between communities in this area about regional wastewater regionalization. So communities at the time, Hartford, Humboldt, Crooks, Colton, Lyons Township, I think Wayne Township, were all kind of in the mix and having those conversations. That went on for a couple of years. We got to the point of 2023 where we formally submitted a request. And for some of you new folks that I met tonight too, prior to this job, I worked with U.S. Senator Mike Brown's for 8 years as his regional director. So actually had exposure to this project on that side of things, of being aware and looking at maybe a congressionally directed spending, kind of an earmark, CDS grant we call it for short. So 2023, SMGA formally submitted a CDS request with our congressional delegation, specifically with Senator Thune, for consideration on support for this project. And in March 2024, we were notified that SMGA was selected and awarded a $23.6 million grant from the EPA, specifically for Minnehaha County Regional Wastewater Regionalization. I do want to compliment to the city of Hartford for really making the investment in yourself, for your residents, and for your future residents and future businesses, by making the leap and leveraging some resources at the time to make the investment in building your guys' wastewater treatment plant, which is coming online here soon too. So kudos to you guys on that, because that is a big piece of this. One other thing to note along the way over the last year, we've engaged with our community stakeholders and with the EPA, Region 8 out of Denver, closely about, okay, now what? Right? What process, what steps have to occur in order for us to formally kind of tap into the grant funds and use it for what process, and where are we at and what's needed. And so their technical assistance along the way has been, we kind of skipped the formal planning process, if you will. So the planning process actually still needs to happen. It's okay to break this up into phases. So kind of phase 1 being that planning, the pre-engineering report, the PER for short, and then phase 2 would be design, phase 3 would be construction. Another thing to note, I've learned over the last couple of months too, through our EPA kind of friends that we're working with, that this is a significant project. That this is, I think they told us the largest community CDS grant award in EPA's portfolio, not only in the region but in the country. And so they very much are with us every step of the way. I have previously not had this kind of experience with federal agencies. Sometimes they like to find ways to kind of be kind of wonky and not get the yes. They very much want to be very helpful to make sure we're dotting our I's, crossing our T's, hold our hand to make sure we're doing this correctly to fully leverage it, because they view it as a win for themselves too, a win for the environment, a win for communities, a win for growth. So we've learned a lot in the process. We hit a couple roadblocks of trying to figure out, how does this work with the communities that are in Colton, Crooks, Lyons Township, the possibility of maybe Tri-Valley in the future down the line, just given where they're at with their high school, all of that. So we've had a lot of stakeholder engagement meetings the last half of last year as we were figuring things out. SMGA did hire Teton Ridge as a kind of project advisor to help us really, get on track with EPA, follow things up, develop project timelines, get all of our pieces put together. So earlier this year, May 1, we formally issued an RFQ to seek qualified engineers to help us with the phase 1 piece. We're in the final kind of contract negotiations on that now. The firm that has been preliminary selected is AE2S in conjunction with ISG. So AE2S has a lot of experience in regionalization projects like this. So we're very confident in their ability to help us navigate kind of this program process. So kind of the planning phase, if you will, the idea is that we'll be able to formally kind of get approval for phase 1 of the grant here within the next month and enter into that contract and let that work begin. This is really going to allow us to let the facts lead. This is going to allow us to get a lot of the data and information that's needed. EPA requires kind of a high-level environmental review, a look at the routes, study any alternatives, easements, kind of you name it. And so the goal, our estimated timeline, is by the end of January or February of next year, so the next 6 to 8 months, really having that planning phase completed, that preliminary engineering report, and that'll really give the other communities, your neighbors to the north, to kind of the confidence and the go-ahead that they need to make sure, again, they're going to look at, does it make sense for Colton to run a line straight south do their own line? Does it make sense to have a shared line? Gaming out all those what-if scenarios of how does that entity work when Hartford owns their treatment plant here? How does Colton and Brooks and Lyons kind of share that line? And what happens if something goes wrong here? Who's responsible? All of that. So that's all encapsulated into the scope for this phase one of getting a legal review, getting kind of a best practice and a recommendation on the governance structure, all of that. So kind of the message and takeaway right now too is bear with us. It's been a long couple of years to get to this point. It's a really exciting opportunity. We've made, even though it doesn't feel like it maybe all the time, we've made significant progress, more so in the last 6 months than in the last year. But in the last 6 months, we've made some significant progress. And that 6 to 8 months from now, we're going to get a lot more info. Then that will kind of give us the go-ahead to launch into the design phase. We estimate that to be kind of a 12 to 18 month process in the construction phase. So a multi-year project, a significant project, one of significant importance, and one that we're going to learn a lot from too. There's nothing like it that's been done in South Dakota before, so we're learning a lot along the way. You guys are certainly a relevant stakeholder in this process, so we do have it in our plan for this fall for some of our stakeholder engagement meetings to have our selected engineering firm come out and actually provide, there's going to be monthly technical memo updates, all of that. So I wanted to give you guys that project. Happy to answer any questions you may have or any other information you want on that piece. And then while I got you really quick, I do want to just high-level SMGA since we're here. Thank you for, we had our 11th annual Gold Shovel Golf Classic on June 25th. Hartford was our host city for that. It was an awesome host. We had a lot of sponsor and supports from local businesses, so we really appreciate you guys for that. It was on a back-to-back super rainy day, and if we held it anywhere else in the Sioux Metro, we probably would have had to cancel. We were right on the edge of the clouds. We got a little bit of sprinkling, just enough to cool people off, but we had a really strong turnout. People really enjoyed it. We're really impressed with the golf course and the team and staff out there too, and just love being in your community. So thank you for that. The other thing too, there's a lot of projects and events that we do on a regular basis that we're working on doing a better job of messaging and showcasing some of those activities across the region. Know that we are working for you guys and working for all of our members at trying to advise on growth, help manage growth, help bring new lead opportunities that could be a good fit for your community to fit. We've had a couple project leads that have, whether they've originated from GOED or from people reaching out to us directly, where Hartford has been in the mix. And we anticipate that continuing, and probably even more so, just as you guys have continued opportunities, and as we continue to help get some of those leads. We're working on new ways of generating more of those leads directly. We have a lot of interest from Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska companies that like South Dakota's tax climate, like the business climate, hear a lot of things about this area, and they're calling us directly and saying, hey, we're thinking about moving our business there. Where should we be looking? And you guys are the next as your members. So I'll pause there. Happy to take any questions. Got to stick around too for the rest of the meeting, but wanted to share that update with you guys.
Well, the good news is, Tyler, we're not only are we ready to go, we've turned the valve off to the lagoons. We're full bore running everything to our new wastewater treatment plant. So that's really exciting. I was out there and got kind of a personal tour, so that's kind of fun. It's really exciting. And as you know, you and I have had 100 conversations on this deal. We're very interested in seeing this regionalization plan go forward. We really like to be a piece of that action, so to speak.
Yep, for sure.
I've got a couple of questions.
You bet.
And I'm not going to get too technical, Mayor, so don't worry right now.
I haven't reached for the gavel yet, so you're good.
Let me get closer so I know what you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hey, my wife will kick me under the table. So, what I would be curious about, I wrote down 4 questions. I'm going to ask just one or two, some kind of higher level ones. Like, this is more just out of curiosity, because I know that when you're dealing with the EPA, we're not dealing with $1 million. We're dealing with 23, kind of a big deal. Who ultimately decides to say, okay, you know what, we're going to use this wastewater treatment plant? Is that a combination of the consultants, in addition, well, I would consider SMGA as a consultant, Teton Ridge, the engineering firms, along with the EPA? Does the EPA make that? Kind of in your understanding of what you've learned, who is that decision coming from? Of like, hey, we're going to use this wastewater treatment plant whether it's here or anywhere else, this is what we're going to use?
Yeah, so good question. I would say that's not 100% fleshed out yet. You know, the grant is in SMGA's name, so certainly we'll have a big role to play in that. But also, we're not one to just kind of make that decision on our own. We're very much lean on our stakeholders and get appropriate feedback. You know, our engineering firm that we're working on kind of finalizing these contracts with, there is, I mean, with it being all federal, there are very strict federal rules that we gotta follow and abide by. So that does guide a lot of it. But really, you know, we're gonna get a lot of information on this, and in the end, which again, you guys will see the technical memos along the way, and then the final report will make a recommendation. Now, that recommendation is gonna be, again, based on facts of looking at topography and a lot of different criteria that we're ironing out. Not to say that they get to decide, but we're gonna lean on their recommendation quite a bit to see what they come up with. We have been very transparent with anybody who asks too, along the way on the whole process, making sure that there's no, you know, unnecessary favoritism or anything like that either. That we're doing everything kind of by the book and transparently. I'm trying to run with that.
No,
So-
that's,
Seems like there would be limited options.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But I mean, for the good, I mean, overall, and this is part of why, you know, SMGA reviewing things for the region too, is that, you know, with this federal grant piece, we want to make sure that the grant is utilized as efficiently as possible, so we can make it stretch as far as possible over the whole scope, not just the planning process, but the design and the construction as much as possible too. So this is as much of the grant as possible for all the communities. We know that none of our cities and counties are sitting cush on anything, right? I mean, so we're very conscientious of that for federal taxpayers, and then also for residents, for your guys' residents, for the residents of Crooks, Lyons, and Colton as well too, to make sure that they have the information that they need, and their councils need to be able to make the decision of what do we do? Do we just stay with the status quo? Do we do something on our own? Do we go to Hartford? Do we go somewhere else? So really, we're gonna lean on this report to get us a lot of that information. But we've been very clear with our engineering firms and anybody who asked to. The original intention, going back to, like I mentioned, 2021, is the idea that Hartford was building this regional treatment plant, regional in mind.
So if only 2 of the towns agree, the grant can go farther. There's no requirement in the grant. Like, they can't use it to upgrade their own. I mean, it's for regionalization.
Yeah, it's pretty, I can't even find the actual link. It's like 2 sentences. It's very vague, and there are some flexibility, but at the same time too, you know, it's focusing on regionalization for.
Right.
So is Hartford specifically mentioned in that government funding then?
Yeah, so words, I need to look at the 2 sentences and I'll send it to you. But in everything else, in the actual application that was submitted, the narrative that was submitted to, again, not only the senator's office, but to the congressional process overall and to EPA, it specifically mentions Hartford, Colton, Crooks, Lyons, and Michigan.
So if Colton, Crooks, Lyons, they want to go east instead of west or south, I guess, how is that forbidden? Is that, you know, is that an option for
I
them?
wouldn't say it's
What's-
forbidden. I would say technically it's an option.
Mhm.
Again, it's going to be kind of a determination of the report and of the facts and SMGA and however we decide ultimately how that final selection is made. And so, again, why I couldn't 100% answer that to you, we don't have that figured out. EPA has some say and some guidance that there's some barriers, but at the same time too, the engineer doesn't get to ultimately just decide that this is what it is, and at the same time, I wouldn't say any one community gets to decide that either. So, we gotta iron out what that
You know,
ultimately makes it.
ultimately, right. I don't know that Hartford specifically will get a vote on that. Correct? We won't get a vote.
well, if they want to
You
hook
don't
up.
even know if you're-
let's
But
just say-
I mean,
Yeah.
as far as making that decision, I don't know that, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know
Well,
that.
Hartford would have to be okay. Let's
We'll
just
be okay with,
hypothetically
yeah,
say
but
if-
I don't know that we're gonna get, you know, we're sitting, as we've always said, we're sitting here with the pipe ready to go. basically, is what we've said all along. Get it to us and we'll start doing your stuff.
Are we part of that stakeholder group that will be formed or not? Because
So,
it was the other communities to regionalization.
So, I mean, Hartford has been in those conversations early on in the last, that first, from finding out, well, for years, in the concept aspect. And for the first 6 months or so, there's been, some updates, I would say, in the last 6 months as well, too. But it is our intention that we have it spelled out to come with our engineering firm to give updates to Hartford.
So walk us through that process, I guess, once the report's out. How are you going to work with those communities and even Hartford, if you want to throw us in there, to determine the next steps, I guess? Is there a vote? Is there, how does that work? So
That's what we need to iron out. That's what
Gotcha.
we're not at 100% on yet.
Good.
And then a quick question on the timeline. So I understand that the design phase wouldn't start till probably early next year, and that's quite a long process. But before you start the design phase, you have to kind of know where are we hooking up at. That's in the next 6 to 8 months. Is that correct? In the next 6 to 8 months, SMGA, the EPA should know this is based on
This is the
everything.
direction we're going.
Yep, this is the direction. So that should come within the next 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, it would be my hope and intention that by February of next year, February 2026, we will have the report
Yeah.
finalized with a lot of information to where then whatever mechanism we're able to make, or can really Colton, Crooks, and Lyons are able to make the determination of, okay, now what? And then that can launch into the design phase.
Okay.
Does part of the grant apply really just to that structure and the conveyance to a regionalization or to a regional center? Or is there support in there as we set up the governments and the business of supplying sewer treatment for these? So my question is, do we need that time and budget for and think about how we get paid for regionalization if we start processing? Because, I mean, obviously, we've got years after we decide, but I think that's a question a lot of us have had, like, what should we be thinking about here?
We've had, we can all just kick in first. We've had some of those conversations, but when this preliminary engineering report came about, that was gonna be a first step, we kind of pumped the brakes and put our stuff on hold, because we really gotta find out what that engineering report's gonna tell us before we can say, okay, here's what we're gonna have for cost, this is what we're gonna need.
And
I mean, and we've had those discussions, we kind of know where we need to be.
I think,
Yeah.
I understand we don't need to even plan for it because we've got 18 months for design and then 2 years. I mean, we've got 3, 4, 5 years to figure out how to actually
Right.
do that. But my question is that any part of this study and these recommendations, or is that something we will need to design on our own?
So we are part of it, so we're in the contract negotiation phase now. So I don't want to get too much into that yet. We're in the scoping phase of kind of what's all going to be included. I mean, part of that I think is going to be kind of a rate analysis or not too. We're going to lean on our engineering team to help give us guidance on what information is needed, what information do our communities already have to be able to make the best recommendation. And again, it's not going to totally be just on flows or existing infrastructure and rates. It's also going to be on topography and routes and environmental and a lot of different aspects. So they're going to take all of that into scope and consideration. So the big takeaway, the big message is that I need everybody, I just need patience for 8 months, because in 8 months we'll have a lot more information.
No, I'm just trying to wrap my head around how you figure
What's the
rates
due
so
date?
we don't know.
Yeah, you notice there's a lot of patience here.
Put it on my calendar. Yeah.
That's what I'm wrapping my head about. You need to compare rates after construction.
I'll say that as polite.
How do you know what our rate is compared to what someone else's
Trust the
rate is?
process.
Yeah.
We're not sure what it is, but we're gonna trust it.
Yeah, exactly.
I got it.
I'm gonna be retired.
You guys haven't heard me yell at people, have you? Yeah.
So similar, on that, kind of on that same note, I guess, what would your suggestion be to us as a city and how we can be proactive in this?
Okay, so my suggestion is to give me 6 to 8 months.
Bingo, thank you. Great answer.
There's plenty of time, but-
But in the meantime, to be fair, I mean, your neighbors to the west, Humboldt, are a member of SMGA as well too.
Yep.
In fact, I have it on my radar to engage with them as well too. I know that they need a wastewater option. They were part of this conversation for multiple years, ended up not being in the last moment when.
Because they were just gonna build another pond, that was always, you know, they're gonna build another pond.
And I think it's a viable option for them to consider, especially with Highway 38 reconstruction and kind of a straight line into the closest community compared to these other ones, to be engaging with you guys, and you guys to engage with them. You guys are welcome to say yes to whatever industry asks you, or that I send your direction that is a good fit for your community for commercial development or industrial development, because you have the capacity to handle it now. In addition to any other surrounding communities that would be interested in being a customer of yours. So if you're asking for my guidance, my advising you on growth, I would say pursue those neighbors where it makes sense. The ones that are specifically tied to this, I'd ask for patience on for a couple months, just so we can get a little bit more information, a little bit clearer. Again, in the interest of the region, in the interest of their residents and taxpayers, and for all of us, as federal taxpayers too, to make sure that we're utilizing this grant as much as possible. There's a lot of flexibility in what the grant can be used for. Again, on the planning phase is a small chunk. You get into the design, you get into the construction. It's the improved expense for the actual conveyance itself, for actual buy-in costs, if those are a factor too. What we learned a lot in the first 6 months was, this isn't a regional plant owned by a regional entity with a regional line. This is Hartford's plant. This is your guys' investment. You guys, and so that changes the calculus a little
And
bit.
really, back to your question, Cindy, that's one of the big pieces of this deal. Because way early on, Travis, you and I probably been sitting here longer than Cindy, probably the third, that was one of our calls. We were not going to start a entity, if you will. We were going to retain ownership of one. So
And that's what we had to navigate with EPA earlier,
Right.
was figuring out, okay,
How does this work?
Is this a regional plant and a regional line and everybody's in, and then how does that, is it a joint powers, do we create a
Right.
district, is it, and so taking that out of the equation, then now it would be, you guys are similar to Sioux Falls in the sense that, you'd be looking at a
We're
customer.
a provider. We're a provider.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't get Tyler here too much, so this is.
Well, we got a lot of stuff on the agenda.
Mayor,
If you
I
want-
just got
Yep,
invited
go ahead.
over to my stepbrother's place for a drink, so I'm in as much of a hurry as you are. And so, because you guys are playing a unique balance, right? You're working with communities, you're also heading up this grant where it could be a major beneficial, it could be very beneficial to certain communities, some other communities could be heartbroken, right? That's kind of the role you guys are playing with that. I would be curious as to how do you balance, and this is more of maybe a personal question, also on the professional side, is like, how do you balance knowing that where you're probably working with Sioux Falls. I don't know what SMGA's partnership with Sioux Falls, but let's just hypothetically say there's some type of partnership, I'm sure.
We're not a member, though, right?
But they're,
Oh, that's MGA?
No, so I would say we have a very good working relationship with Sioux Falls Development Foundation, City of Sioux Falls, Mayor of Sioux Falls.
Yep.
They are not a member.
Okay.
There is no formal agreement or partnership there. At some point, I do have a schedule to have a similar conversation with them of, hey, if you're interested in this project, you need to wait 8 months. And
yeah, the same thing. So how do you balance, I know, to my knowledge, ISG was the engineer, or one of the engineering firms, picked to be on this, and I'm sure, I know Odyssey ISG services Hartford, maybe some other surrounding communities. How do you just balance, for example, ISG servicing Hartford and whoever else, and SMGA servicing these? I don't know if I'm articulating that question well, but I just feel like in your spot, that'd be hard to balance.
It is, it's very hard.
Something like this.
It's very difficult, there are a lot of politics at play, and there's a lot of
Getting warm in here.
But we have a code of ethics, we have values that we believe as an organization and as a board to make sure that we're not playing favorites. That's how we've survived for 35 years, by making sure that we're not, more interested in one community over the other, and that we're being totally.
Yeah, this community gives us more money, so we're gonna put more projects towards that.
And I wouldn't say it's been tested, but it has been interesting, because as you alluded to, you have communities like Humboldt that has Stockwell Engineer,
Yep.
Rockford ISG, and Colton that has Banner, and Crooks that has DGR.
DGR, yeah.
And they all love their engineer firms, and they should. And so, it is a difficult balance, but that's why we've stuck to our values, and that we've been very transparent, and we've tried to be above board on everything to where we'll answer any question, and we, like in our selection committee process for this RFQ, we were very, very intentional about who we asked to be on that committee to make that decision, to make sure that there was no bias or leaning towards any one entity. When we first got started with this, you could, early on, it probably feels like this is, and we probably talked about it as a Hartford grant. If you ask Colton and Crooks, they probably think this is a Colton and Crooks grant. But overall, I think it's intentionally in SMGA's name for us to be able to play that role for the good of all the communities and find a path forward that makes sense, again, for all of the residents here. So it's a difficult balance, but it's one that we're happy to take on.
Thank you.
If I asked what Sioux Falls thought, would it be their grant?
Oh, I don't think so. No,
Okay.
I don't, and I honestly haven't asked them.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I do think that Minnehaha County, they're going to be one of the relevant stakeholders too, just for any potential rural development, and because, the entity Minnehaha County is named in the thing. They're interested, and so we're gonna ask them to be aware and just be part of kind of the updates too. And, they were approached initially, I brought this binder with to show some of the history, in 2021. At the time, they were like, well, yeah, we didn't have millions to throw in for this project, but for us to be able to have the relationships that SMGA did with the congressional delegation, be able to make us make the pitch for the good of the region, for growth, for the environment, for...
Yeah, we were on a tour bus with Thune and his party, and the mayor was, I think, sitting right next to Thune and hustling this thing.
See, that's the ultimate
I
testimonial for our
saw,
bus
I
tour.
witnessed it.
We do 2 of those bus tours a year. They're not
I
always
should have asked for
successful.
more money. That's the only thing I did wrong.
That wasn't
I
enough.
hope he's watching. Senator, I should have asked for more.
Yeah, the bus tours aren't always that successful.
Yeah.
But we do like putting them on, so.
Thank
I
you.
remember the day I got the call that said we got this grant, I thought, holy crap. I truly thought, I'd never imagined that would happen. So,
You had to do a lot of learning. It was a lot of fun finding that out in my first 6
Yeah.
months. So
So-
luckily I was tracking it for a while. But
All right.
really excited, very unique opportunity.
Yeah.
One that we don't want to squander, we want to get right. It's a really neat opportunity.
and we have talked Humboldt, just so you know.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I need to get over there too, and
Yeah.
I'll advise them the
So-
same. So, okay.
6, 8 months.
Yeah, and I'm welcome to come anytime. Anytime you want me here, you just call me or let me know.
Al, be careful what you live for.
Yeah. All right.
Block off the first and third Tuesday.
Next 2026 is gonna be busy.
All right, thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move to special applications. Applications, agreements, hearings. First one up, special event application, West Central Booster Club for an August 23rd event, which is the first annual Trojan Kickoff. They're gonna do a walk run. I think that's it, right?
That's all we need to commit for, yes.
Okay, application's in the packet, they paid the fee, they're here to answer any questions or any actions from the council.
Motion to approve special event application for West Central Booster Club.
Second.
Any discussion?
I have just had a question that said you don't need any assistance. Do you need roads blocked or trails marked or how are you? That would be great. Okay, you want to introduce yourself?
You'll be official,
I'll
you
be
know.
official.
I'm Jackie Heyer, also known as the other half of Dairy Queen or Lon's wife.
Congrats on the Del Rapids thing, I just saw that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's very exciting, yes. If I could just take 2 minutes
Yep,
to
perfect.
update you guys on what we're doing, because
Tyler took a half hour, so you got
Thank you for your patience, by the way. All right, we won't let Sean ask any questions.
Yeah, Sean.
You know when I got sorted, Mayor, I can't say.
So this came out of the event, some of you may have attended in years past, the football soap scrimmage, which is kind of the showcase of the varsity football team before their season kicks off. They go out in full pads and have a scrimmage, and the community can come and watch. Normally it was only parents, and then you donate an item for the season. It's always been soap at the locker rooms. I and a couple others just thought this was a really, truly missed opportunity for the community. I've been in Westland for 4 years now. My son Crew graduated from here. He's a football player at USD. And my other son is Hayden, who will be a junior this year. And this community is all about getting people together and having fun things, and of course we love our sports. So I thought, how can we make this better? And also, everybody is always in need of funds. And so we decided to work with the Booster Club. We became a subcommittee of the Booster Club. And then we just started throwing spaghetti at the wall and just came up with all kinds of ideas. So I'm just very briefly going to go through. Friday night, we're having a dodgeball tournament, and all of these events are on the school grounds. The 5K will start at the school grounds and end at the school grounds. And to answer your question directly, we do not need anything from the city, and we will be on trails. And if we are at a crosswalk, we will have our volunteers there helping with traffic.
Wonderful.
So Friday night, we start with the dodgeball tournament. And I would also like to say, going down through everything that I'm going to go through, we have secured sponsors from many of our surrounding communities as well as Hartford. The excitement for this, even some of the former older Booster Club members are like, yeah, you're not going to get volunteers. I don't know how this is going to go. It's been through the roof. Everyone's so excited. So the dodgeball tournament Friday evening, and then we start the morning off with the first Dakota 5K fun run and walk. This is open to anyone, obviously. That is a paid event. Please make note of that because I'm going to come back to that in a second. Then we will also have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament up to 8th grade. Currently, as of yesterday, we had 20 teams registered for that already, and our registration is still open for a while. We have Touch a Truck. I've also been in contact with the fire department. I am aware that it's also Public Safety Day. However, their Public Safety Day is 10:30 to 12:30. And they were fine with us still having our events throughout the day as well. We hope just to piggyback when the kids are done there and come up to our event. Dakota Bank Bounce House Inflatables and National Guard Yard Games. The National Guard's going to have a pretty big presence with laser tag, and they're also supplying all of our shade tents for our volunteers. We will have face painting, Trojan wear available for purchase, photo opportunities with the mascot. We brought back driveway logos, which this may be of interest in some of you, just to show community support. You can purchase a Trojan driveway logo for $40 a piece. We have two options this year, the Trojan head and the WC. And we'll be doing concessions. We have an unofficial punt, pass, and kick contest, a dunk tank, which one of your very own has already signed up to.
I was hoping you'd forget about that.
You were the first one on our list. We got you early. We got you early.
Yeah.
We'll be showcasing our junior football with the 5th and 6th scrimmage before the varsity. The Hartford Steakhouse has sponsored our entire tailgate, so we'll have a very big tailgate. We're having a pet parade, cheer experience, and then we will end the night with the football energy scrimmage. It's been rebranded from the soap scrimmage to the energy scrimmage. We have a new football coach that came in. He liked the energy theme, so instead of soap this year, if you come to the scrimmage, you can donate Gatorade, granola bars, power protein bars for the football program. And the one final thing that I'm most excited about, and what was important to me, because as a business we get offered, as a sponsor, everything every single day, and it's also important to keep the cost low. So my hope for this, and we've been successful at it, is if a family wants to come to the high school, they can come from literally 10:30 until 8 o'clock at night and not spend $1 if they don't want to. We have so many free options for them. If you want to participate in the paid 5K registration, purchase don't take tickets, the 3-on-3 and the dodgeball tournament, that's where we get our registration fees. So that was very important to me to bring the community aspect into this, that it can be a fun-filled day for the entire community and you really don't have to spend anything if you don't want to. So that's what we have going, and obviously we just needed the permit from the city to get the 5K out of the way. So happy to answer any questions.
Just a comment.
Yes.
On the dunk tank, just so you know, a quorum is more than 3 of us, but it also does not include the mayor, so you could also invite.
Boy, I cannot, I got
the
back,
mayor
you
plus
need a doctor's
2 others,
ticket.
so-
I can't
Maybe
get
one
on
of
the
the
doctor's.
He's gonna
I
bring
need
a doctor's
I-
ticket.
I'll bring a doctor's ticket if I have to. I can't do the dunk tank.
So there could be 2 more,
Okay.
is
Well, we're always
basically if
taking
anybody's.
options. We have some pretty good. we
I
some
have a
pretty
question,
good
I was just
options.
texting, so I think my sister Jenna is helping out.
Yes.
That's my sister.
I did not know that, yes.
And I'll talk to her, but I would like to see if there was like the ability to do a sponsorship for like player in the football game, like somebody who showed the most hustle. So I just want to throw that on your radar of like.
That would be a great.
You know what I'm
question
saying?
for our
Like,
booster club.
yeah,
I can
like,
bring
like,
that up at
yeah,
our
like
next-
somebody who shows the most hustle. I don't know how, I don't know what the structure looks like to vote on that, but quick note out there.
Like,
Mike could probably win
who
that.
would you want the sponsor to be, like a business or that?
It'd be
would come
my
from the city?
company. I own a company in town.
Okay.
Yep. So just tell Jenna I made a comment. I'm just texting.
I'm not even gonna throw a ball, I'm just gonna run up and hit the deal when you're
That'd
out
be
there.
cool.
You're going in.
Yeah.
Because I know like the team does like, scout player of the week.
Yeah,
like,
so
they-
something like,
Yeah.
yeah, somebody who's like the most hustle,
Yeah,
hard worker.
that would be a
Yeah.
very nice
Yep.
recognition.
All right.
I would say this is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what, this is cool.
Thank you, Jake. That is really good. We need a
Has anyone
motion.
approved it yet?
I'm
Should have been a motion in a second?
No, no, too late,
Oh,
no.
we've had 2 motions, 2 seconds?
Well, no, you
One
kind of
motion.
You just wanted one?
need a vote.
Okay, oh, we had discussion, that's why we
Oh,
stopped.
yeah,
I was gonna say, Jackie, I was looking at your course map for that
yes.
fun run. Are you coming down Main Street?
No, we're, I didn't bring that up.
It is, yeah.
Main,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
so,
say you need traffic control for that, don't you?
well, Dr. Knight didn't think so, but I would listen to you of that if I need to follow up with someone on that. We were just gonna have our road marshals, from our volunteers. But,
I think for the safety, if there's gonna be traffic on that street,
okay,
for the safety of the runners or walkers, depending on where they're going, I would think you need something there.
okay, so just follow up with the,
Would we-
Well, if we need to, we could block off, couldn't we?
Or me with Craig.
We could set the
Set the-
portables out, right, like we do for the market?
Yeah, you can either do that or probably just do cone something that's easy for
Yeah,
them to move again
yeah.
or something like that.
it's only an hour, right? I mean, so.
Oh, yeah.
not-
Right, and all the runners will be going through fairly quickly.
Okay.
But I think we could, yeah,
so just visit with Craig.
talk with Craig, we can coordinate
Yeah,
that.
definitely coordinate.
The last thing I just want to tell you is the other part of this was to showcase all fall athletes. So instead of just the football scrimmage, we have 183 student athletes signed up that will be volunteering the entire day.
Wow.
And part of that was to get the younger future Trojans invested, seeing these guys and girls out there. So we have every sports team, like 183 athletes that are volunteering for the day. So that's how we're able to put on so many events.
Awesome.
What a great
Thank you.
kickoff.
Okay, you got any other comments, questions, we good?
Make sure it's covered.
Thank you.
If not, we'll vote. Mattson?
Yes.
Bowen?
Yes.
Horn?
Yes.
Keel? Yes. Parachek?
Yes.
Chili?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for your
Do
patience.
I have to like?
You have to
give
say
an
your
Sign,
answer?
they'll fingerprint you at the next,
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah.
all right, next up, special event application for the South Bar for a September 5. It looked to me like it was a party.
It is a party.
That's
All right, come on up.
God, I was hoping I didn't have to
Make it
speak.
Oh, no, we want you to come on up.
All right, I'll be quick. All right, Justin turns 45, August 30th. I worked for Justin, I thought 6 years, Facebook told me 9 today.
I'm sorry.
And I've known him for a lot more longer than that. So anyway, as he told us a couple months ago, my wife better throw me a party. So unknown to him, we've already contacted Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones would love to have a concert. And we'd love to have it a block party out front of South Bar. We'd love the road closed from First until our property line. Out front, we have security lined up, we have porta potties, and we have tons of trash cans lined up, so we won't leave a mess on the road when this is all done. We will also be selling beer on the side of our property,
Yep.
and people can also come inside and purchase as well. But we contacted Cody Jinks, he didn't get back to us because that's Justin's favorite. We would have loved to have that, but we would just love to have Brandon come and play for Justin as he turns 45.
We might need more road closure signs. if
For
it's
that
gonna
deal,
change.
yeah.
Yeah. And it
And Cody Jakes, I know, we would,
a couple
but-
blocks.
That's okay, that's okay.
Anyway,
My only question is, what's our noise deal?
So noise is
10 o'clock.
11 PM.
it is 11, and we would like to, if we could extend that till maybe a little bit afterwards, because, you know, we kind of get a lot of, we don't get rowdy at the South Bar, but we like to have fun.
The council can extend it with a special
Till midnight,
permit,
till midnight.
so it's up to your discretion.
Okay, I see you had 1 o'clock on your deal.
Yeah,
That's-
Oh, 1 o'clock, yes.
That's maybe
like
a little
1 o'clock,
reach.
Yes.
We can meet in the middle at 12 on that.
Would 12 be all right?
12 would be fine, yes.
He's turning 45.
Oh, so you're saying because he started 45, we should give him a break?
Well, you just heard 50, we didn't do anything.
I mean, 12:30 would be great if we're gonna meet in the middle between 12 and 1.
Okay, I'll leave that to the council.
But when will the band actually stop playing?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest.
What do you got him booked till?
I think we have him from 7 to 11-ish. There's always an ish. If you know Brandon, there's always.
If you got him
an
till
ish.
11, we should probably
Midnight
say
really
midnight.
is
We should probably say
Midnight is
midnight.
fine, yep.
Midnight's good.
We are fine with
Yeah.
midnight, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
That's when the tiger burnout contest starts.
And whether or not Jonah's
It
working.
depends on if the white man comes back from Iowa. Does anybody have his contact?
Yeah, the white man.
I mean, with this, Craig, we'd block off before and then come pick them the next day, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so, okay.
I mean, we would, as you know us, we would move them off to the side.
Side that
have it
night,
all,
yeah.
Have it all. And like I said, we have security lined up already. We have porta potties. We have trash cans.
Yep.
All prepared.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve a special application for the South Bar Road closure with the time updated from 6 PM to 12 AM.
Yep.
Second.
Any discussion?
Can we clarify music ends at midnight? They may have people
I'll
on
have-
the
Can't
street
be
till
loud
one.
past 12, you can't
Yeah.
be loud past 12.
No, I'll have him. We'll tell Brandon he's got to stop by.
I'm just
How-
worried though
or
that
however you-
the period of the event, is that ending at 12 then, or is that going till 1?
That's a good, I guess with the road closure signs, they could probably pull them in whenever, right? I mean, how do we want to word that, I guess?
Well, it's gonna come down to.
How do you guys
It's our
want it?
decision,
So
right?
do you want
Jeez,
to keep
Teresa,
the
yeah.
street blocked off till 1 o'clock and just stop the band at noon? Or or do you want
We can
to?
go down there and
Yeah.
lunch the next
I would-
day, but.
I would,
think
that's
having
what
a-
I would say is ban till midnight, closure signs done at 1,
Yep.
good to go.
Okay,
That works.
amend your,
Yeah,
can you amend his motion to that effect?
can you, yeah, so as described.
And as I said before, this was supposed to be a surprise, but somebody said to him, I can't believe you're having a party on my birthday. Oh, no.
So we got a motion.
And,
So,
and.
he knows. I mean, he doesn't know
Yeah,
what's
well, I
happening.
thought you
Well, I did
seconded.
second.
Yeah, you seconded
Let's
the,
let him watch
the amendment.
He's in
All right.
service, he's not watching this.
So the motion is band plays till midnight, street closed or on the
Street
street
open
till
up by
1.
1.
Street
Okay.
open till what? Got it.
Open by 1.
Open by 1.
Okay.
Done, I got it. We
Any
got
other
it.
discussion?
Potato,
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Schilling.
Yes.
Horacek.
Yes.
Keel.
Yes.
Horn.
Yes.
Bullen.
Yes.
Mattson.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leah.
Thanks for your patience.
Patience tonight.
Tyler took a long time.
I know, he did. I'm just kidding.
He's gotta be nice to Tyler, he's not gonna come back.
Hey, we
That's
haven't seen
what-
him in a year and a half, so.
All right, next up, we go into reports. First up is our deputy, Jonah Rechtenbach. How are you, Jonah?
Good, how are you guys?
Good.
So this month, the report was taken from July 1st to July 31st. There are 258 calls for service in Hartford, 13 accidents, 12 without injury, just 1 with injury. 5 arrests, 25 case reports, 19 citations were issued, 53 traffic stops, and there was 1 narcotics case. That's all I have.
Wonderful.
You know, we've talked scooters a few times when you've been here. Today in the USA Today, electric scooter accidents on rise. here's the part of the story that caught my attention. A 77-year-old man was killed after being hit by an electric scooter while crossing a street in San Francisco.
Really?
So, when I complain, I'm gonna not use the B word, when I complain about scooters, this is why. Thursday night at our market, 3 kids went screaming down the street on scooters when the street was full of people during our market, Thursday night. Sunday, we had my wife's family reunion at the brewery. 3 scooters went down when I had people crossing the street coming to our event. So, I don't know what we can do, and I don't want to be the grumpy old man and legislator, but this concerns me.
Well, one of my guys was, 2 weeks ago, was walking out of my office right across from the brewery and almost collided with a scooter on the sidewalk, so.
I also had to slam on the brakes on Sunday. I did not want to bring this up, because we've beat
I know.
this horse
We
so
beat
bad.
this
I know we have.
But I slammed on my brakes on Main, going to Dairy Queen on Sunday, I think.
It was just ironic timing
So
that was in the
I-
paper
So maybe
today.
it's something, and I want to keep this meeting moving forward, but here's just an idea I thought of, was just an informational thing that we can hand out to these kids, or you can, because here's the thing, if they're flying on that road, they're breaking the law. We know that, right? So you can stop them, hey, here's an informational little thing, please go and give it. I don't know how else to create awareness, because if one of my guys this kid was coming down, if he gets hit, I could potentially have liability for that now. Walking out of the, I don't know. You never know what can happen.
Essentially, you could call it in and it would be.
Yeah, I know, essentially I would call it in, but as a business owner, if somebody gets hurt walking out of my office,
Yeah.
there's potential liability with that. If Ryan is driving down the road, he hits somebody. But I think between the speeders and the scooters, I would like to see, I don't know, and maybe talk to your higher ups there of like, what can our marketing department do? Because like you guys hand out badges, why can't we hand out informational things to these kids on scooters? They're breaking laws.
I know, honestly, I think we're just gonna see flyers on the
Yeah, we're
street.
gonna have.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
so,
would agree.
I don't
I would
know.
agree.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a kid getting killed on these things in order for us to do anything.
And I agree, and I totally agree,
Yeah.
which is also why I didn't want the scooters on the bike trails, because that's where
But
walkers are.
there's no
you know?
problem, no
I
one's
mean,
complaining about that yet, right? Like, nobody's like, hey, I was walking on the bike trail, almost got hit, it's on the public roadways, it's on the sidewalks.
Oh, they're
And
just not
so-
here to report it.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing,
yeah.
until we
It's
have firsthand knowledge of that, I haven't heard one complaint on the bike trail.
All right, you know what we're after. We just sit, I don't know if there's a fix. It'll be interesting to see when you have the public safety day, what kind of response you have from your,
Can I just get a clarification on it, though? So sidewalk, okay, right? Street,
But there is a
not.
city ordinance that they can't be driving them downtown on the sidewalks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not know that, okay, gotcha.
yeah.
So outside
Sidewalk,
of
okay,
Bangkok,
roadway, no way.
there you go. So,
Except for downtown.
Unless the person, unless they
T-shirts.
have a license, and,
Gotcha.
but those
Oh,
ones
like,
need a
yeah.
license plate. You
Nobody's,
just need-
yeah. So if technically, if they get to a road, they should get off of it, walk it across? Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Unless they're going across like sidewalk to sidewalk.
Okay, gotcha, all right, nope, that's perfect, so, just wanted to clarify, so.
All right.
So if
Anybody
there
else?
are no sidewalks, they're okay on the roads then, or what?
Not technically.
No.
They have
They
to
have to
walk
walk it or ride it in the grass, but.
And we're back to the sidewalk.
That's on the agenda later on. Hold on to your horses. That's on the agenda later on. All right. Any other questions, comments for Jonah? Thank you for everything you're doing.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, let's move along to the most exciting part of the evening, the city engineer report. Michael.
Good evening, council. We'll move right into project updates. Tonight, first up is the water resource recovery facility. As noted earlier, that the plant is treating Hartford's waste about 300,000 gallons a day. So it's moving along, moving very well, and most of the major equipment has been commissioned to this point. Looking ahead at the month of August, items still planned to be completed. HVAC commissioning, electrical completion, architectural finishes, and the commissioning of the SCADA system, which is just how Craig can remotely read all the pumps and gauges and whatnot from without having to be at the plant. Moving on to Western Avenue, in Phase 2, the current section under construction, the storm inlets and junction boxes are anticipated to be complete by the end of the week, with roadway grading occurring early next week, and then paving to follow. And then in Phase 1, you may have noticed today that the erosion control blankets in the boulevard areas have been placed, and under that, the seed has also been installed, so we'll continue to monitor that with the weather and the rain, hoping for rain now, just to help that grass grow and establish and keep that project moving along. Swenson Park do have a award recommendation later in the packet for you, so we'll circle back to that one once we get there. On Kelly Avenue, drainage study, the proposed drainage maps were reviewed with city staff at our bi-weekly meeting last week. We're working to incorporate those updates as well as pushing ahead on the final drainage report, estimates, alternates, concepts, all of that, so that that information can be provided to the council ahead of the budget meeting later this month. Last project update on the citywide water model. Field pressure measurements are currently being scheduled and are tentatively planned for next week. Essentially, they're going up to hydrants throughout the city and collecting pressure readings on them just to use to correlate to the model that has been created, to calibrate it to make sure that it's accurate and we can begin expanding the model. So that is what I have for the report updates. Happy to answer any questions.
Have we looked at like a date we can, I know we were talking about maybe doing a ribbon cutting or.
Working on it.
You're, okay.
Working on it.
So,
If you guys want a tour though, just let me know. I think Mayor and I did a tour out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy how much it has changed.
It's really impressive. And just so you guys know, I talked to Justin today, I threw this idea past Teresa. I think later this week or first part of next week, I'm gonna go out there with somebody with a camera and we're gonna shoot a video. I'm gonna walk around, we're gonna get Rachel to kind of give us the quick rundown, something we can post on our website. Give them an update firsthand.
Look at the water.
Yeah, we're gonna freeze some of the water into ice cubes, pour something else over the top of it, and possibly drink it. Yeah.
Make sure you wipe your shoes.
Oof, but I will tell you, living where we do, as close to the lagoons, when they were really ripe here last week when it was 90, we were standing right on top of what I would call cell 1, if you want to call it that, and it stunk less than what it did coming off the lagoons. And I'm standing right on top of it. So I'm telling you, I think we're going to accomplish some great things with this plant. It truly is amazing when you're out there wandering around. So it's kind of fun. So.
Now you understand why Rachel gets so excited.
Oh, man. She wants me to drink that water so bad. I bet she asked me 4 or 5 times, you want a drink? You want a drink of this?
They're drinking our water.
Oh,
They are downstream.
right, radio.
it goes downstream.
All right. Any other questions, comments for Michael? If not, we got some pay requests we need to deal with.
Motion to approve pay request 22 to Rice Lake Construction Group for $148,522.
Second.
It's a cheap one.
Under discussion, I got a question. How come cabinets and countertops were not bid and they're coming off the contingency?
We're working to get some lab grade ones in there. We have some countertops, so that's part of that lab space planning that we're working with Craig with. At this point in the project, with the contingency, it's recommended to get lab grade ones, get those all included in there. That way we're set up for the future.
You did have them quoted.
We just had some countertops in there. We didn't have actual cabinets on the uppers. Yeah.
Okay.
And not lab grade,
Yeah.
right? So in theory, these should last as long as the plant
It
is.
should last as long as we need them. So.
In theory. Okay.
Got it.
Any other discussion? Sorry about that. I had to bring that up. All right. Hearing none, we'll vote. Mattson.
Yes.
Bowen.
Yes.
Horn.
Yes.
Keel.
Yes.
Horacek.
Yes.
Schilling.
Yes.
All right. What do you got next, Michael?
Next up is pay application number 4 to D&G Concrete Construction on Western Avenue in the amount of $754,477.26. This is for majority of the paving in Phase 1 as well as majority of the utility work that has occurred in Phase 2.
Motion to approve said request.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Schilling.
Yes.
Horacek.
Yes.
Keel.
Yes.
Horn.
Yes.
Bowen.
Yes.
Mattson.
Yes.
All right, what do you got last?
Last up is a bid award recommendation letter for the Swenson Park projects. Project was bid on the 24th of July, and we received 10 bids for a project of this scale, which is typically unheard of. We did review the bids and recommend award to Zacharias Construction of Hartford for the amount of $142,993.90.
Motion to approve the bid as presented here.
Second.
Any discussion?
Do we know what engineering costs will be?
Yep, it's on there somewhere.
220 was the engineer's estimate.
So
Oh, no,
design
but
contract,
it's on there too.
15K, because we're playing with the 220.
And the design contract was 12,500, and there'll probably be some minor for construction administration or construction administration, so, but, yeah, we are really talking about 15.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, some of that will, yeah, okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, overall, that's a good thing.
Overall, I guess it
we
came
got-
well
we
under
got-
bid, our budget, so that's good.
I don't know if you guys noticed on the bid tabulation, the number 2 bid was 100 and, what was it, 70 bucks? 140 bucks difference.
I say,
on the
we're
top
very
two.
close.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good, that's really crazy. So, all right, hearing no other discussion, we will vote. Mattson.
Yes.
Bowen.
Yes.
Horn.
Yes.
Keel.
Yes.
Horacek.
Yes.
Schilling.
Yes.
All right, what else you got?
That is all I have.
You got anything? Oh, you do, you just don't want to say.
question for me?
You may got any questions?
If you want me to drag it on.
Hey.
No.
No, we're good.
I will say I ran into Justin and his family at the farmer's market, right? Your first one ever?
That was the first time we did make it over.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Absolutely, it was a great turnout.
Excuse me.
And I saw Justin at the burnout contest. First one ever.
We do have drone photos and all that stuff too.
So you're moving to Hartford then? Is that what's coming?
You know, I'm close enough, and it's one of them.
That's right.
There's rumor that he knows the guys in the white van.
I don't, but I love the Iowa.
There-
You are from Iowa, aren't you?
There is rumors. All right. Thanks, you guys. We'll move over to Craig, Public Works Superintendent Report.
The only update to my report is, we did have a lift station pump go down last Friday. We did get that replaced. We ended up putting that new one we just got in there, so we haven't had a chance to tear into the other one yet to see if it's rebuildable or not, but we'll be doing that this week.
Is that on Sagehorn?
Okay. We had asked Craig for some information on, what do you call them, flashing speed limit signs?
Yep.
And that is in your packet also. What's your thoughts, Craig?
I do think they help. I'm working on budgets for some to put on a couple of these roads that we think we have some, because they definitely are driving through them pretty fast. If we do put budget money for them, I'd recommend we don't purchase anything until, I want to say it's May 1st or May 31st. The Street Association does give a grant for like $500 that we probably have a pretty good chance of getting.
Okay, okay.
I do believe they do help though. I mean, everybody notices it when they come up to them at their speed limits.
I think it's worth looking at some of the other entrance roads to the city and thinking about doing several of them, because we put one on Colton Road.
Yep.
We have put one on Van March. We have put
38
one on
has.
Nicholson.
38 has.
38 has one.
38's got-
And you asked for 3 here. Where were you thinking?
That was just what I got for quote, because I think you get a break from these guys.
Okay.
This is what, so I talked to the county about
Yeah.
what they thought, just trying to get them to cost share. They didn't think they would be interested.
Yeah.
So,
But they did say we could put them up there, because this
Yeah.
is the county road. you know,
Right.
but
They don't have a problem
you
with us putting them up.
Yeah, I don't think they have a problem.
yeah.
Right.
So they wouldn't let us put them up, they just didn't want to.
They don't want to pay for them.
So, but,
I guess I'm saying maybe think about where else we should put one.
yeah, so we looked at maybe Colton Road, Western Avenue. You know, Western Avenue either way, maybe coming like on Mickelson or something like that. It'd be almost nice to talk to the state about putting another one up, down there by Nicholson Road where it changes from that 65 to 50.
Right.
Because that's where the big changes are, that's where you kind of want to have them. You know, like
Yeah.
Western, that's still 55 all the way through by the sports complex. So
Right.
does it pay to really put one out there, just let them know they're speeding, you know? But I just did the 3 for just to get a quote from these guys.
I think Colton Road would be definitely a good idea
Yeah.
anyways, just because that one, speaking from experience, that one sneaks up on you so bad. Whether you're going north or south, it's pretty, you know, you don't think you realize how fast
Is
you're
there any
going.
money in the snow removal budget to do something sooner than later, instead of waiting until May?
We could certainly do that. I mean, I don't know what we have in the budget to set aside or whatever, but
Oh, we can look
How
at
much
that.
snow are we gonna get?
you always got
Here?
contingencies.
No, I mean, with the money we saved in 2025 already.
We
I
probably
mean,
saved.
we're obviously, there's some budgeted for
I think our slurry seals
this
last.
fall, of course.
Yeah.
Our slurry seal came in less.
Yeah.
than we cut.
I mean, I think we have the money in the budget, I'm just not really excited to wait until.
Till May, yeah. Why don't you guys take a look at that, and maybe next meeting, give us a recommendation, if you feel you can find a spot to buy, 3 or 4 or whatever it may be. I agree. I don't think you, huh?
You agree?
I agree with you
We
guys
got
all the time.
flashing food or something?
That's why it hurts me so bad when you guys think I don't agree with you.
Alrighty then.
All right? Thanks, Greg, for getting that info. Anything else? Anybody got anything else for Greg?
I always have a hard time deciphering these speed deals.
What you go off of typically is the 85 percentile.
Yep. And
That
that's,
tells us.
so one of these is, I'm taking it as northbound and southbound?
No, I can get a breakdown of northbound and southbound off that program. But when it throws it out there, it's a lot of pages. I mean,
I don't think,
this is
I guess I
basically just
don't, but-
general speed through that area is, 85%. 85% is doing 47.5 or less. 50% are doing 39.2 or less. So
Okay, so 35 would be, okay, gotcha.
and if you talk to the county about it, when they see these type of numbers, they're thinking we should be raising the speed limit up to 45. That's what they actually.
That's what they think?
Yep. They
That's
say what
funny.
the 85 percentile, what people are driving, that's typically what how they base.
That's their recommendation.
There's a variance of speed limit signs on the traffic engineering sign that is exactly that, design your roadway, let people drive on it, get your counts, understand what your speed is.
And then set the speed limit.
That's why the interstate's
According
80.
to how they speak.
That's why Action 29 is 65 when it should be 50.
Remind me, as you go, even from coming from the north, as you head north, it's obviously 35. And then where does it go? It goes 45?
At the end of the golf course out there by where the.
Goes right to
there's
55.
trees.
It goes right to 50, there is no 45.
No.
Right.
Okay, it goes right to 50.
35 to
Okay,
55.
Gotcha, that's what I,
But the problem is southbound, right?
Yeah, that's. usually
Yeah,
the
they're
biggest-
coasting it in.
As you come down there, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like you should be doing 35.
Yeah,
and that goes from 55 to 35 too.
right. But they're getting down to probably Sagehorn before they're,
And that's where a couple kids on scooters should be placed. I mean, not real kids on scooters, but,
fake
Well,
kids.
the new e-bikes can do 55 miles an hour.
yeah.
Yeah.
My takeaway from our Swenson Park quote is we should figure out how many city projects we want to do and get as many bids as we can, because we may be able to contract some work for some significant savings
Right now.
There's a
right
lot of
now.
contractors.
There's a lot of hunger out there.
Very up to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of jumping back, but I'll
Hey, Justin, a quick question just off of that. I mean, when we do a city project like the Swenson Park, I know we put it in the newspaper or whatever. I'm sure you guys put it like in other platforms that these people are signed up for.
Absolutely.
For public bidding, okay.
So there's newspaper per state law.
Yep.
And then Quest CDN is Pine Hole's hosting site, and then there's also Pine Rooms in South Dakota, so we kick it out to all of them.
Kick it out to all of them.
The main one is Quest, and that's where we put the updates, and then it kicks it out to the other ones. We also solicit contractors that we know, good partners that we've worked with in the past, that we've been on this project too. Hey, here's when, get on this project, try to get that
so.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
If you need to, they come get printed copies too from us, so.
Good enough.
Perfect.
All right, let's move on. Karen, you got anything?
Nope.
Oh.
Let's go.
I had that coming, didn't I?
Let's go.
I expected that. I was almost not gonna look at her, but I knew that I had to.
Nice.
Thanks, Karen.
Sure.
All right, Teresa, what do you got to add to your report?
A couple quick things. Just, if you notice in my report, I gave an update on the softball tournament. It seemed to have gone really well. Greg Hartman did point out, they got good comments back. The only thing anybody says, they suggested, maybe additional bleachers or shade structures, expanded parking, all of which the Park and Rec Board are working on.
Yeah.
So we're very aware of that, and, but he says that it sounds like they will, next year, definitely consider us too, if they need additional fields. And it sounds like the concession stand went well. A couple of gals from the Football Association were running it, so they made some money, so.
Did we charge for that? The
We did
use of the
not.
fields, we did not charge for the use of the
Oh,
fields.
for the use of fields we do, but not for using the concession
Right.
building. But
Right.
yes, we do have a fee for
Yeah,
for
that's what I
field
thought. Okay.
rental, so,
All right.
yep. So, and they paid that fee, so, yeah, so hopefully we can maybe have some more in the future.
Alex said that Greg must have talked with the organizers, and they really liked it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
If they're back in Sioux Falls with another tournament, they'd like to do that
They said
again.
they
So
could.
I think we made a pretty good impression,
Yeah.
so that's good.
It sounds like, yeah, the Park and Rec Board has some good recommendations out there too, coming.
Yep. Yeah, we went out there last night and talked about it, so, yep, so everything went good. And I was supposed to pass along a thank you to the city for everything they provided and the fields and whatnot.
Awesome.
So wanted to let you know that.
Huh?
I'll pat your back.
Yeah.
And then just want to also point out, DSU is holding a workshop next week on cybersecurity. And for those that have been on the council, back in 2001, we actually partnered with DSU to come up and do kind of an assessment of our computer systems, basically assess, any threats or, things we could do to improve security. It was just a simple assessment one day. Mainly it was, stronger passwords, don't let people into your server or over behind, don't have anything out in the open, kind of those suggestions we implemented. This workshop is basically helps you put together a plan for cybersecurity, and it would entail maybe not only some of those common things that people can do to help kind of make things more secure, but upgrading hardware maybe and software programs or whatnot. There is a grant out there through Secure South Dakota, and basically if they identify a need, with whether like I said, hardware or software, we can apply for that grant and it's paid 100%. So we're gonna go to this workshop next week, get some more information. They'll help us, like I said, put together an actual response plan if we get a cyber attack and identify where we need improvements, and hopefully we can get some grant money for those. So we all know that's more and more of a threat, so this is a good thing to move forward with. So, and then just the other thing I just want to mention, the TIF, the Windsor Group TIF plan. So far we have created the district for the Windsor Group. We have not approved their plan yet. Part of that district was 2nd Street. We added that in, so that can be part of the TIF, and we can get that street paid for through TIF proceeds. Right now that's a township road, and after talking with Tom and the county, we need to basically, since it's a township road, we need to make that we need to do H-plats. We need to separate, we need to plat that road out separately, so just that can be added into the TIF, whatnot. ISG is working on that now to get that platted out. Once that's done, we'll probably have to come with an amended district to include that, and then we can move forward with it.
And the township just turns that over to us.
Yep,
right?
exactly. Then it'll become a city street completely.
Right.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. That's probably, talked with Tom, talked with ISG, that's the cleanest way to do it, so I just want to know.
The long
let you
and the
know
short
that'll be
is,
coming.
we could not add that portion up by the Colton Road into the
Yeah,
TIF.
we added
had no control over it.
that house there, because they own part of that road.
Yeah,
We're gonna have that signed, have them sign that over. to
missed
us
that
with
one
an H
kind of
plat.
when we were
No.
rolling through that deal.
Yeah.
So,
Shouldn't delay anything. They're still in the process of plating and zoning. They gotta go through that whole process and the state's got approval, so,
Sure.
just wanted to give you guys a heads up that that'll be coming. We'll amend the district once we get those H plans, so. Otherwise, that's all I have.
all right, any questions for Teresa? All right, hearing none, let's move to old business. Put a couple things on there. First one is to reinstate our sidewalk committee. Way back when we started talking about our sidewalk plan and doing all of that, we wanted to put together a sidewalk ordinance committee, for lack of better words, that would meet and start looking at that stuff. And we all know we got a lot of stuff going on and everybody's busy. Well, I know Ryan, you were on that. I think Jake, Sean, maybe?
I think so.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think
Was
so.
the three that were on that.
Yeah.
And Ryan and I talked a little, and I said, let's, maybe we need to get this thing reestablished and get some of you from the council together, start looking at those ordinances and talking about this deal so we can keep it moving forward. So that's the reason that this is on. I'd say right now, Ryan, you're probably still interested in staying on. Sean, you are
I don't know
busy?
if I was on or not. I mean,
Okay,
I'm passionate about sidewalks. I think for everyone, time is limited. We got a lot of
Right.
big things moving, so.
Correct.
I'm passionate about sidewalks, but it's, is it possible to coordinate with my,
Scooter speedways?
yeah.
yeah, right. I mean,
So I have a thought.
I want to be realistic.
Okay, I have a thought of this is okay. I was going to recommend that Michelle and Daryl be with Ryan on that sidewalk committee. Is that all right with you two down there at the end? Michelle's not making eye contact.
This is your chance, Michelle.
I know,
It's not gonna be a ton, but I
No,
think you guys
yeah.
need to meet and just look at stuff.
I would agree. I
Yeah.
will.
You'll do it? Daryl, you all right?
Yeah.
All right, do I need to make that as a motion so they can approve them to that? Only if we're gonna pay them.
Like I say, if you're gonna want to pay them, then yeah, when they gather.
I would honestly think we're gonna do that.
How are we gonna pass that, though, if we abstain?
You don't have to.
You don't have
You don't have
to
to say,
stay.
you don't have a person.
You kind of like.
Okay.
Financial.
Three and mayor.
Well, no, I know, I just.
What's that?
Otherwise it'd be 3 and 3, the mayor breaks a tie.
Not to spend money.
I'd like that.
Not to spend money.
Yeah, when was the last time you voted? It's been a while, right?
All right,
Make it
so
happen right now.
But all
I-
we're doing is appointing people.
I would ask for, I would put up the three names, Ryan Horn, Michelle Schilling, Daryl Horacek, to set on the sidewalk, what did we call it? Committee, ordinance committee, and that they would be paid for such meetings.
So moved.
Oh, I can't make the motion, so you're gonna have to, I was making a recommendation, I'm sorry. I know it sounded an awful lot like a motion.
Travis made that motion, and I seconded it.
Motion to appoint Ryan, Michelle, and Daryl to the sidewalk committee and pay them our standard, our special meeting rate for those meetings.
Okay,
Second.
and Cindy second, any further discussion?
My only opinion is, I won't go on the rant on this, is I'm not opposed to the sidewalk committee, I'm opposed to paying, but I also understand that, money talks, and sometimes you have to motivate people to meet on these committees, so.
It failed horribly last time, so.
What's that?
It failed horribly last time.
It did not happen last time.
Exactly.
So, that's a good point, Travis.
Yep. All right.
There's my comments.
2 cents, thank you. Any other comments? If not, we'll vote. Mattson?
Yes.
Bowen?
No.
Horn?
Yes.
Keel?
Yes.
Horacek?
Yes.
Schilling?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make a quick comment.
Yeah.
Only at a city council meeting would you hear someone say they are passionate about sidewalks. I have never heard such words
Consider it
spoken
your first
before.
time, yes.
But, it's
Passionate
it's
about
right up there with long walks on the beach.
Is that a compliment? It's a compliment, right?
Go with that.
Yeah.
All right, the second part in old business we've tabled. Again, this was something else that I brought forward. I wonder if we need to look at changing our firework ordinance to match with the state, meaning that we would be able to shoot fireworks the same time that they can sell them, which is like the 27th through the
First Sunday after.
first Sunday after the 4th,
And the 28th through the first of the year.
and the 28th through the first.
I have zero appetite for that, but someone else can make a motion.
You know, it's such a seasonal request.
So, I mean, here's the only thing that, I think I was in Detroit when, at a work deal, and Arden called me and was like, hey, you know, here's what's going on, and I think, you know, there was a comment on Facebook or something that said, well, as far as I'm concerned, you know, the day they sell them is the day we can shoot them off, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah, just not in city limits.
well, I get it though, you know, I mean, also, like, I mean, if we expect these guys to go out and purchase something and then wait 3 days to do it, I mean,
Right.
I get it.
I
you
feel
know.
like people are passionate about fireworks on both sides.
I agree with that, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like what we have is a good compromise.
Here's can I throw my other reason? Next year's the United States of America's 250th. If there was ever a year we were gonna do it, it'd be next year. That's my other.
Amen.
I say we
Yeah,
try
but
it
if we
out.
have events or whatever, we can make a special exception. I'm in the group of, I think fireworks are a great way to celebrate. I don't need to listen to it. Because if it's 7 nights, I mean, it will be worse than what it is now. So
I tend to agree with Cindy. I mean, just because it's a state allowance doesn't mean everybody has to do it. If you look at all the other cities, you know, there are quite a few who do not follow that state guideline, and some don't allow them at all. I mean, even Lennox.
I know, we're not them though.
So,
It seems like a great opportunity for Humboldt to really capture some revenue. And
Yeah,
really promote people to go.
Okay.
I would never try to advocate not to allow them, but I
Yeah.
just,
I would say, and I totally understand both sides of this, I don't like hearing fireworks either at times. I think it wouldn't be a bad thing, let's try it out for a year. And if it becomes out of hand, then we made a mistake, and then we go back to business as normal. I will say, I was in town before the 4th, during the 4th, and after the 4th, and the fireworks weren't going super crazy up until like on the 4th. Like you got your people shooting them off, but it's not like this crazy like on July 2nd. So I would say with the 250th anniversary, I think there's gonna be a lot of momentum, as there should be, a lot of pride in our country. Try it out for a year. Let's reevaluate. If we don't like it, then we'll change it back.
Let me ask that question. Do we need to change the ordinance, or can we make a special deal? Can we change an ordinance for 1 week?
She's right, if you're gonna have a special event planned around, you know.
So if we want to do the
250,
if we want to
you
change
can
it
have
for the
fireworks at a special
250th,
event.
we can change it and then not change it permanently,
Right,
correct?
right, you can allow
Okay.
fireworks at a special event, you don't have to change the ordinance.
If we can do that, then,
Just like Jamboree
as
Day.
far as I'm concerned, we don't need
Christmas, that's all
to discuss that. Then we'll bring it up next year, we'll talk about it next year
I
before we
think
get to the event.
this year, it wasn't bad because the 4th of July fell on a Friday. So people waited till Friday and then continued Saturday and then still.
Well, the rain
it was
helped
the
us this year.
weekend, Sunday.
Right?
But I think it's when you have the 4th, if you open it up, you're gonna have 2 weekends full of fireworks, and the people that don't care to listen to them all night will be very unhappy.
Well, there's a growing mental health concern there as well right now with PTSD and that too, so I also want to be cognizant of that. So
Next year,
what's
the
that?
4th is
And
a
dogs.
Next year, the
And
4th is
dogs.
on a Saturday, so that's
Yeah,
a pro.
so, I mean,
Anyway.
there's, you know,
Okay, so if we can make a change, I'll let it lie, and we'll bring it up next spring. Okay? See, I let things slide. Look at me.
I don't care what Travis says about you, Mayor.
Yeah, I
think you're
get
great.
it. I'm glad. Thank you, Sean. I'm glad you think that. Okay, we're gonna move down to new business. Tyler, as you see, stayed because I wanted to discuss our participation in that Americans 250, and Tyler happens to be on the committee.
Sweet.
So change hats. Okay, give us your quick rundown on this
It's
deal.
only 29 minutes. Mayor and council.
Yeah.
South Dakota America 250 Commission. It's fate that this is on the agenda. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So I've been on the commission. We are gearing up now. I just came back actually last week from DC with our chair, which is the state historian, Dr. Ben Jones,
Which I
to
know.
get updates from the federal government, federal agencies, and from other states on best practices too. America 250, you guys are already kind of ahead of the game here. Our semi-quincentennial, really gonna be a multi-year effort, trying to stretch this out, not just one single day, but obviously the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, an opportunity for us as citizens to unite, nonpartisan effort around the founding documents of our country. And so there are going to be some national efforts that you're seeing rolling out now too, in commercials with some of the corporate partners, with like Coca-Cola is the official, one of the official ones, and Ram Chrysler, so
UFC.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of different ones. So there's like at the state fair later this month, the Great American Fair, U.S. Department of Ag is coming to help lift up that event. You'll see the America 250 logo on a lot more things. But really, what makes this really successful, some of you may remember the bicentennial. I do not. But really, a lot of the crux of that unity is going to come around local events. And so there's an opportunity for your local events to get tagged with this and to be elevated onto a statewide calendar and national stuff too. But we're talking about like the Great American Potluck. So encouraging churches or communities to do a potluck on Sunday, July 5th. July 4th next year is on Saturday. Sunday, July 5th, doing a potluck where people come together for a sense of community. Great American Patriot Games. There's going to be a lot of different national efforts, state efforts, and local efforts. On the it'd be America's 250th.sd.gov is the official state website. So just reach out anytime if there's ways for us to partner with you guys too for your local events. Consider doing a time capsule somewhere to and if you guys have one maybe around to. I know there's a couple groups that are opening their bicentennial. So Dr. Jones, our chair, he remembers the bicentennial. So his class reunion is getting together on May 30th next year to open their time capsule. Cool. So think about stuff like that, different activities. It's really going to make this really successful. It's going to happen at the local level. So glad it's on the agenda. If you have any questions of me, let me know.
Good timing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tyler.
You look good in that hat.
Changing that. All right, that's everything on the regular meeting. I'd like to entertain a motion to go into our executive session for economic development and personnel.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Mr. Patience.
I'm passionate about sidewalks.
That's a t-shirt.
That's a good, yeah, that is a
That
t-shirt.
would be great t-shirts for city.
That would be a good t-shirt.
Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?